Warning, the following is a long list of warnings. If warnings offend you, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains adult themes. If you are not an adult, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains a lot of offensive language and may contain graphic content. If you're a Karen, do not watch this show. Warning, this show may contain shabby impersonations of celebrities. If you are a celebrity, represent one, or think this is unfair, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains what could be seen as controversial and subversive ideas and opinions. If you can't handle differing opinions, do not watch this show. Warning, this show actively shows the consumption of tobacco, cannabis and alcohol. If this offends you, do not watch this show. Warning, this show may discuss topics including, but not limited to, those in the realm of politics and conspiracy theories in a politically incorrect format. If these topics offend you or make you uneasy, please do not watch this show. Warning, the producers of this show will do almost anything for a laugh. If comedy or extreme comedic premises offend you, please do not watch this show. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the producers, affiliates, ISPs, streaming platforms, advertisers, partners or alike.
Hey everybody. I screwed up last night. I didn't stream to anywhere. And then I even forgot to load the intro again. I tried to do that new warning. Forgot to load the intro. Oh well. Nobody's paying. And this is extremely hard to do. But it's fun. So I figured, why not? Nancy happens to have the night off, so she's sitting next to me, which is cool. And I figured out I can't do the show with more than like 5 or 6 beers in me. I said last night that I wouldn't call Tom Green again after last night because he was streaming and he didn't pick up. But let's make this the official last one. 323-822-5300. Come on, Tom. All right, well, Tom Green's too busy for us. He's going on a van tour. He's going all over the continental U.S., I guess. He's Canadian. He should come up here, too. All right, well, we got a great show for you tonight. Thanks for dropping in, everyone. We're going to get a little political. Play some Place Boing.
Look, we came, we saw, he died. We came, we saw, he died. Look, we came, we saw, he died. Look, we came, we saw, he died.
It's not a laughing matter. I take it really seriously.
Vote for me because I'm a woman. One of my merits is I'm a woman. All these mothers vote for me because I'm a woman. Because I'm a woman. Vote for me because I'm a woman. One of my merits is I'm a woman. All these mothers vote for me because I'm a woman. Because I'm a woman.
A woman running to be the first woman president.
I cannot imagine anyone being more of an outsider than the first woman president.
Who can be more of an outsider than a woman president?
Well, I can't think of anything more of an outsider than electing the first woman president.
A woman president of the United States of America. Women.
Yeah. Hilarious. I swear that lost the election for her. Putting all that together in 2 minutes. Cool. I sat down earlier this week with my friend Matty J Moose from Psychostick. Got to work with him at Noctis back in the day, 2012, 13, I believe it was. Knocked a 6, or that was 5, I think, 5. But yeah, I wanted to have him on because he got the corona. So I wanted to talk with him about that. Like most things on this show, stuff got screwed up. The first minute or 3 didn't record. So you're going to see a kind of cut off weird version. But I basically just introduced him and asked him to tell me about the COVID. So see you in a minute. Hey everybody, I'm here today with Matty J Moose. How you doing?
Hi. Went through it. I was played the show with Psychostick on Thursday evening doing the stream. Felt fine. Wednesday I had work. We didn't do anything too crazy. And then Friday I was like, you know when you feel like you're getting sick?
Right.
You know, like you're not quite sick yet, but you kind of see it coming. You know, that's how I felt on Friday. And then by Friday night, everything hurt. My bones hurt. My legs hurt. You know, my head hurt. I was coughing. My nose started stuffing up. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'm fucking getting sick. I got to take it easy. And then Saturday, I actually felt better on Saturday. I felt way worse on Friday, but didn't have a temperature. And then I had a fever. I actually went up to 101. That's Fahrenheit for you Canadians. That's like, I don't know, 57 C. I don't fucking know.
39 or something.
But way too high. And not bad enough to go to the hospital or anything. And they wouldn't probably taken me anyway. You know what I mean? They're just saying, like, stay at home, get tested. Go get tested and stay at home. So I felt better on Saturday than I did on Friday, but I had a fever. And then Sunday, no fever. Nothing else, felt better. Still had a little kind of a cough, but that was it. Monday, I woke up, no smell, no taste. So I got tested, and sure enough, there's the COVID ski.
Yeah,
but
wow.
It wasn't that bad for me. Like, I definitely, I mean, nobody really knows what to think, right?
Yeah.
Like, so many people are wondering what the government's saying and what the CDC is saying. And I got lucky. I don't have any underlying conditions or anything.
Sure.
So and we always joke in Psychostick, we have +5 tour immunity. So so we take better care of ourselves, and I think we've been exposed to more bullshit. So our systems are, I don't know if it's true or not, but we like to say that we have better immune systems just because we've spent so much time on tour and been exposed to so many different people around the world, around the countries, and you know, North America, and traveling and drinking and smoking and not sleeping and not eating great food. And, you know, the fact that we can stay healthy, we wash our hands often. We use a lot of hand sanitizer. Brush your teeth, kids. Brush your teeth, boys and girls. Hygiene starts in the mouth. But I don't know. I got over it really easily. And from what I've heard and what I've read, you know, they say that 80% of cases go undiagnosed because they're asymptomatic, which is kind of fucked up when you think about it. Because if they're like, yeah, don't get tested unless you get symptoms, but everybody stay inside and wear a mask and be scared. It was like, well, why not just fucking test everybody once, see how we're doing, and then we can, like, you know, cut it off. How are people doing it in Canada? I don't know.
I think it's pretty much the same way. I mean, I personally, I have diabetes and stuff, so I just try to avoid everybody. But for example, we didn't send our kid back to school because of what you're talking about, the asymptomatic thing, especially with the little kids. Like, they could have it, wouldn't you? Yeah,
Touching
I mean,
everything. Kids are gross.
They say,
I mean, humans are gross, but kids are grosser.
Yeah, they say hi by touching eyeballs, right? So
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we've kept our kid home, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can request, like, you can call your doctor and request to get a test and stuff like that. But
do they have CVS in Canada?
well, we have pharmacies.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's a pretty standard pharmacy. We have CVS, we have Walgreens. It's like a little store and a pharmacy, and it was like $50, I think. I did drive through. They dropped it in the little bin and had me do it myself. I swabbed my nose, completely away from everybody else. They tell you don't leave your car. Yeah. And 2 days later, I had it, and my partner Mindy did the same thing, and my band did the same thing. And
so, did your partner have it?
No,
which
is a little weird because we had the sex,
right?
Apparently, while I was contagious, and she was fine.
And you were kissing her with your mouth, right?
Yeah, and other parts.
Yeah,
she was fine. I mean, I honestly, she's a bartender, and I was really scared that she was going to get it and bring it home to us because we have a 5-month-old. She's almost 6 months old, so I was kind of worried about her bartending and everything because she's a little bit further out. I mean, we're in the Chicago area, but she's a little bit further away and a little bit more country, a little bit more of a biker bar, and they tend a little bit more towards the right of things.
Sure.
And nobody wears a mask down there. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So I was kind of worried that she would get it. And no, she's fucking fine.
Yeah,
no symptoms. And she actually got tested, and she came back negative. And my whole band came back negative. So just me, I guess. My boss today was saying, "You are weak." I said, "Well, did you get tested, motherfucker? It could have been you that gave." So I'm not going to go get tested. I was like, "Well, there you go, man. He could have given it to me, and it just because he's asymptomatic, 80% of the cases, there's nothing. So who the fuck knows? It's a flu. It's a flu. It's not the flu. It's a flu." And that's what I've been saying from the start. And the reason why medically why everyone should be a little bit more concerned, not fearful, but concerned, is because it spreads so much more easily than a normal run-of-the-mill yearly annual flu. So I guess that makes it more, the R value went up or whatever, because it's airborne contagion.
Yeah.
And
well, it's so weird how it affects people so differently. Like some people are still on fucking ventilators and all this shit. And then some people, it's like you, where it's like shitty for a couple days, lost your taste for a couple days, and now I'm back,
I just wonder what other undiagnosed problems people have with it. Did somebody have a weak heart and just not know it? Did somebody, because that's what they're saying, it attacks the respiratory and pulmonary systems. So did you have a lung disease that you just didn't know about?
Sure.
Is there something going on that's undiagnosed? Is there a different strain of things? Because that's the thing with virus and virology, is that it mutates. It's constantly mutating. So I really wonder if my COVID is the same as the COVID that somebody else got, that it hits the right kind of person with the right kind of blood type, it turns into something else and then gives it to someone else. And different people, they're saying different blood types have different immunities, and I'm not a doctor. I don't know. You know what I mean? But all I know is that we need to stop paying attention to politicians and Facebook and listen to doctors.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to want to do that.
It seems that there's a weird correlation with lack of vitamin D too. Like if the people that die,
and I take vitamin D supplements every day, and I still got it.
Really? Weird. Yeah, that was my question: is are you super deficient? Because it seems, and I'm in the sunlight, so it's not like I'm a vampire in the basement all the time. You know what I mean? Like I get sunlight, and I take vitamin D. So right. But it seems to be killing. Like that's why it kills the old folks so harsh, is because they're stuck in their bed all day, and then nobody takes them outside and fucking, And now people are even more scared to go outside. So, because of it. So, yeah, that sucks because apparently sun kills it. So, well, when people say that, I did do some research into that too. UVC, there's all different kinds of ultraviolet light. UVC, prolonged exposure,
can kill the virus on surfaces, not necessarily in the air. Right. And that means it has to be under direct sunlight for a while. And the amount of UVC that is needed to kill the virus would give you like a 3rd-degree sunburn. So just going out and hanging out in the sun isn't going to fucking kill the virus. If you cough and then you wipe your hand on a fucking doorknob, the doorknob is going to have to sit in the sun for like, I don't know, 36 hours straight. And guess what? The sun's not out for 36 hours straight unless you're in the fucking, northern, the North Pole or some shit.
Yeah.
Like that. So that whole sunlight kills it. Not quite. That's not quite what I read.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, get your shit together. Quit telling everybody to go to the beach.
I don't know what he saw or whatever, but that's something that I read was, it's not basically what the doctor, the journal that I read, he said like you would have 3rd-degree burns via sunburn for the amount of UVC that would kill the virus.
Yeah, it's like getting cancer radiation.
And I love Joe Rogan. I don't know. Maybe he has better information, better intel than I do. That's just why I read one thing that said that from a science journal.
Yeah.
But I wish I could give you the link right now. I read it fucking months ago in like June or something like that. So.
Yeah, it's funny you were talking about possibly having it twice because I don't
and I was way worse in March.
Yeah, like
that's why I thought I had it already. That shit knocked me out for like a fucking week.
I got something in February, middle of February, that I haven't been that sick in 20 years. And
that's why I wonder, was that COVID?
Right.
And did it mutate enough times that I ended up getting it again? Because how many people had it gone through? Say somebody else had the same shit that I had in March. And then he passed it to someone else. And then they passed it to someone else. So 2 weeks, right? Every 2 weeks or so. So that was March. So April, May, June, July, August. That's 5 months. So say that's 10 different people could have gotten it and passed it back to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it could have mutated however many different ways. I mean, that's how the whole thing started to begin with. This is basically bat flu. We've had bird flu. We've had swine flu. This is fucking bat flu. Whether or not it was manufactured, who knows? I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole because ultimately it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter because that's opinion. You know what I mean? And if it was manufactured, we'll probably never find out. Because think about it. If it was, and China did it, right? Like that's the big thing. It's China virus. Like, China made it to take us out, whatever. If China did do it, that makes the American government look weak.
Well, and
or the Canadian government, or just world powers in general. It makes them look weak because they couldn't defend us, which means why do we need government?
Well,
but if it was natural, it's easier to be scared of it because the government still doesn't have a great plan for it, and the healthcare system, at least in this country, fucking sucks now and is way too expensive, and people are scared of the health system here because it's so expensive. Right. So that hurts either way. It's a lose-lose situation. Was it manufactured? Was it not manufactured? It doesn't fucking matter. It's just the flu is there now, you know what I mean? But that's just my 2 cents. Who gives a shit?
Did you hear about Dr. Lieber from Yale?
Yeah, I thought it was Harvard.
I was looking at the DOJ thing yesterday. He was nanotechnology guy at Yale.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's easy. It's really easy to be like, oh, it was that guy. He brought it here, and this was all planned or whatever. But that espionage shit happens all the fucking time. So, like, was it that dude, or are they just pinning it on him?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because
well, it's like we were talking about, though, with the complacency of all the countries, because we have a level 4 biolab in Winnipeg, and some stuff was stolen out of there, too, that people got busted for. So it could be, a big conspiracy, like an actual conspiracy with many Western countries,
I honestly think that this shit happens all the time, and it's constantly swept under the rug.
For sure.
Like, again, nobody wants to hear that someone fucked up and the government couldn't catch them or couldn't catch it in time. You know what I mean? Because think of all the times I used to fly a lot, especially when we toured. How many times I had to take my fucking shoes off? I got patted down. Some strangers touching my fucking dick. You know what I mean? Like, it's really annoying to think that I didn't do anything and I had to go through all that shit, and yet they still couldn't catch the real bad guys. Yeah. No one's going to admit that. Not your government, not my government.
Yeah.
You know, when that shit gets out, it's because of some deep digging investigative journalism, or the government points the finger at someone else and said, look at this guy. That guy did something to hide the other 99 that got through the fucking system. Yeah, you know what I mean? Sure. Like, it's the same thing happens in drug running. They got these cartels from Mexico sending submarines full of cocaine and heroin and weed to America and Canada. And they catch like 1 or 2 a day, but they send like 400 a day. You know, what about the other? Oh, look, we caught one of the boats today, everyone. It's like, yeah, what about the other 298 that got through?
Yeah.
No, nobody in power is going to admit that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So was it that guy in Yale? Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows, man?
So in our short pre-interview there, you were saying you're going to jam. So Psychostick's getting back at it, eh?
Yeah, we're gonna perform on Thursday, normal time. Finally, as a band again. Josh finally came back from Texas, from helping out his family. He's really sad. But,
yeah, so for people,
I'm glad he's back.
For people that don't know, you guys had a few gigs canceled, but you're like super industrialist at the streaming and stuff, and you've been streaming, and then Josh had some deaths in the family.
One right after the other, man. Couldn't catch a break.
Yeah.
But,
and then you got the COVID, so you couldn't even stream.
Yeah, I mean, we did kind of a podcasty thing like this, but yeah, I'm looking forward to playing some music again, like as a band. It's been 6-7 weeks since we've actually performed as a group, so it's about fucking time.
Yeah, no doubt. I haven't played through all this, and it's driving me crazy. It's driving me insane. So,
especially when you're used to it, you know, it's such a catharsis to be able to play heavy metal music.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I'm really looking forward to getting loud, like real soon.
So when does the stream go up so people can check it out?
It's 5:00 Eastern, 4:00 Central, and that is at twitch.tv/Psychostick. And we also stream it live on Facebook, and we stream it live on YouTube. And if you don't make it live, it all gets uploaded to YouTube as soon as it's done. So you can watch the full performance for free at the Psychostick YouTube, which I'm not even going to spell it. You can just spell it wrong and Google it'll fix it. Just type in what you think Psychostick is spelled like, and then YouTube, and it should pop you to the channel.
Very cool. Well, thanks for taking the time out today, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, and stay safe, brother. Brush your teeth, wash your hands.
Will do.
Stay inside, take vitamin D. I also heard zinc is supposed to help.
Yeah, zinc. Which, if you're a chronic masturbator, you're definitely low on.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the truth?
I'm not kidding. I've been paying a lot of attention to my NoFap group.
Oh man, I don't have the guts to NoFap. They've taken everything else from me. I can't even touch Mr. Winky anymore. Come on.
Awesome, man. Peace.
All right, take it easy, man. Thanks for having me, Nate.
Sure. Thanks to Matty. Thanks to Psychostick. Check out their stream. It's a good time. Like I was saying, they really do have it on lock and stuff. It's fun to watch. And yeah. Thanks to all of you watching. More Place Boring.
and misogynists and chauvinists and sexists 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 and misogynists and chauvinists and sexists, misogynists, chauvinists and sexists and misogynists, chauvinists and sexist, misogynists, chauvinists and sexist, misogynists, chauvinists and sexist, misogynists, chauvinists and sexist, sexist, chauvinists and sexist and misogynists and chauvinists and sexist, sexist, chauvinists and sexist and misogynists and chauvinists and sexist, sexist, chauvinists and sexist and misogynists and chauvinists and sexist, sexist, chauvinists and
I should explain to everybody why I'm doing this. Like I said, I don't know, I've seen this stuff and it's hilarious. And I contacted Place Boing, we're calling him. And he gave me permission to play all his stuff. So last week we started at the very beginning, well, a couple weeks ago. And then, so now we're up to like 2016. And so that was right before the election. I have the note here. Here we go. That has almost 1 million views. The first one we watched, the Hillary Clinton remix, has like 4.1. And that last video came out June 9th, 2016. So almost a little over 4 years ago. And yeah, I consider this my art gallery. So why not share with everyone? So now I sat down with my pal DJ Temple from the super ripping, crushing lower mainland BC based band Without Mercy. And they have some late breaking metal news. So I figured everybody'd like to hear about it. And then I threw a commercial for DJ School right in the middle of it, too. See you in a minute. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm here today with my buddy, DJ Temple. How's it going, dude?
I am living somebody's dream. I'm not sure if it's the dream, but I'm living someone's.
Yeah, it's the dream you get right now. That's for sure. Awesome. So I wanted to have you on today because you guys have some hot news in the Western Canadian metal world.
Some hot news.
Hot.
It's not cold. Let it warm your giblets.
We try to be on the cutting edge of metal anyways, because that's all I know. You guys, you're the guitar player of Without Mercy, for those that don't know. And you guys just signed a deal, eh? Can you tell everybody about that?
Yeah, so we signed a distribution deal with Blood Blast, which is a sick distribution company powered by Nuclear Blast, and we've all heard Nuclear Blast before. So we shopped a bunch of stuff around, and Blood Blast came to the table and was like, "Hey, I think we can work together." And we were like, "Whimper sounds, doughy dog eye sounds." But seriously, Blood Blast has been freaking amazing. The stuff that they help out with and that they give answers to and stuff like that, which is great. They're just amazing people.
Cool. So part of what I do on this show is try to figure out the record business, because it makes absolutely no sense to me. I've never been signed. I've never been approached to produce an album for a label. So so when we say that you signed a distribution deal, does that mean that they're just distributing your music? And if so, if that's all it means, do they do the old stuff too, or is it just a new deal from here on out?
Yeah, so one of the weird things about signing any record deal in 2020 is the wonderful thing attached to it called an NDA. So we forever have to like navigate this weird, like can't tell the nitty gritty. It's so weird to me, but so in an attempt to do that and not get sued, basically we teamed up with Blood Blast for the release of this new record, and they're going to help us push it to the world via digital distribution. That's the game changer for us.
Right, and like you say, powered by Nuclear Blast, which is intense as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, we were just dumbfounded that they would even give a crap about us, to be honest. Like, we were like, hey, we just kind of sit in our corner of the world, so to speak, doing our thing. We tour a bunch before this whole fiasco, and we ran into you dozens of times, it feels like, always trying to hit the road, and to have somebody like Blood Blast and Nuclear Blast come to the table and go, I think we could work with this, was like, I don't know what that, like, the proverbial pat on the back? I don't know. It's like justification that your hard work actually meant something. I don't know. It's this weird feeling. And the fact that they want to team up with us, and the terms that they gave us were not disrespectful at all. We had previous record offers a couple of years ago. Actually, we were rolling with about 1 or 2 a year, to be perfectly honest with you. And they were like the most horrendous, like we were screwed for 15 years kind of deal. It was just disgusting. So... Wow. Yeah, thank God I once read a lawyer talk show thing. I watch Suits.
Can help, eh?
Dude, like, navigating the record business is sketch, because, like, there's horror stories you hear from guys like Devin Townsend, who is like, I don't have any money. And you're like, how the hell do you not have any money?
Oh, yeah, I know.
And it's because of bad deals where they make you give up, like, your intellectual property. So in someone like Devin's name, they own his freaking name.
Wow.
I mean, I'm speculating. I have no idea if that's true, but, like,
well, they at least own the recordings that they paid for.
Right, which is insane.
Yeah. That's the way they look at it. They're like, listen, we put up all this money, and there are recordings. You're never allowed to use them unless we get a cut.
Yeah, so we were always being wary of that. I mean, the guys at Blood Blast were... The one thing I will say is that they had just emails of advice that were rad. And, like, you always expect that, like, we're this little peon, and we have management, right? So we're with a management firm, and they're kind of act as, like, the border between us and the label. So, like, we talk to manager, who talks to label, who talks to manager, talks back to us. But my personality is I would rather just go to the source. So one time I emailed the label and was like, I hope this doesn't get us kicked off or whatever. And they just came back with, like, a monotony of, like, ridiculously awesome advice. Hey, man, watch out for this. Maybe do this, check this. Hope you're well. Is your family healthy? Did my label just ask me if our family is healthy? Wow.
Well, good for them. That's good to hear. Like, that's encouraging, Yeah,
so...
It's
not
all
dickheads.
Just NDAs and sneaking around in the back. It's trying to help everybody succeed, right?
Yeah, I mean, and look at their roster. They're really... The roster that they've announced so far is they're trying to grab some of the younger dudes like us or fresh bands and try and make them into something, which is encouraging to hear, especially in this time and age.
Yeah, very cool. So, you said there's a new record coming out. Did I hear that?
Yeah, buddy. Buddy.
Can we talk about that before we watch the new lyric video you guys just dropped?
Dude, we are so stoked about this record because we've been you've been friends of ours for forever, but like we've been writing this record for like 3 years, and we would write part of it and then we would go on the road and test the material, and we'd come back and be like, after playing it for 11 nights in a row, the song's kind of lame.
That's great.
We'd like rewrite it and rework it, or listen to some of our friends and colleagues and stuff. So we've rewritten this record at least 3 times that I remember. I know we've done pre-pro 3 times for the record and been like, this song sucks, and then that led us to look at other songs that it sucks. But now it's finally done and we're all stoked about it. I know every band says that, it's cliche, but like, we actually don't know what else we would have done. So we crushed out all the songs. We have a couple of guest features, which you're going to hear about in the press release that's coming. We're just so pumped as hell, buddy. And Yeah, even Dave Otero freaking mixed and mastered it. So,
Oh, very cool.
we even went that route because we tried to get this guy named Nate, but he was like swamped. He was way too busy.
And so expensive.
Well, no, he just has standards and he doesn't work with small peons like us. But
That's hilarious because it's a lie. Cool. So we're about to watch the Disaster lyric video.
yeah,
Is this intended to be the first single, or?
yeah, this is the first single off the record. It's not the first track off the record though, and I'm smiling when I say that because I'm going to tell you something off air that you're going to be like, "Whoa." I'm like, yeah, dude. The way the record opens, I'm so jacked about. But we'll talk about that different after. The Disaster is track 6 on the record. It's a nine track record, and track 6 is the Disaster. And we wrote it with this just overall. I think it was the first one that got an overhaul when we were writing the record. And that's what we wanted to bring it to you guys. It was a crowd favorite, especially when we played in your town. The crowd loved this song when we played it live on tour. And nothing more to say. To quote our vocalist, Alex, he says, read the lyrics, watch it. It'll take you where you need to go. Alex wants everyone to read the lyrics because they're pretty profound to him. So
I love it. Let's check it out.
We're
The Disaster off the forthcoming album Seismic by Without Mercy. Kick ass, man. Fuck. Mix is hot.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. From a guitar player's perspective, I really wanted to write a song that didn't stop. It just like was riff after riff after riff after riff. And like when the left hand slowed down, the right hand like picking patterns would make the right hand go to work. Even like the build up parts before the solo and stuff are all upstroked because I really wanted to work on my upstrokes.
Work lessons into your music.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Awesome.
Pretty crazy.
Who did that lyric video up for you?
A subset of my production company, Temple Entertainment, did it. So we're pretty stoked. We have we're doing lyric videos these days. Call us, boys. Call us.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess you don't have any touring planned.
we got a couple surprises coming, but like no tours. No, I know we freaked out a lot of people because we put our van up for sale.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of people were like, no, and we were like, yo, it's cool. We just have to pay for production of this bloody record, and touring's not happening for at least a couple years. So
yeah,
you
can get a van another time. When you need
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But I got so many messages. Please tell me you got, COVID killed Without Mercy. How pathetic is that? No. Yeah.
So did you guys have to cancel any shows though, or were you so buried in the production of all this that there weren't any planned?
Well, we were in the production pretty hefty for sure, and there was offers on the table that just nullified because by the time COVID hit, it was obvious they weren't going to happen. I know we were looking at like the festivals in the summer because the festivals were the last ones to go because nobody thought it was going to last this long. But we just waited it out. We were like, there's no way the summer festivals are going to happen. There's just no logical way.
Yeah. Well, good guess.
Well, it was just rough, but yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we got a new record for you. Some new swag's coming. You can get all the pre-orders for shit at our website, withoutmercyband.com.
Beautiful.
Grab
Please
some
plug.
of it.
Where can they find you? Where else? I guess that's the best, right?
Yeah, we're everywhere. Facebook, Instagram. Join us on Instagram, people. Yay.
You know, it's funny. It's pretty wacky that out of all the bands I've talked to, this will be episode 16, you guys are kind of the first ones that are actually putting a whole record out.
Yeah.
Everybody's been dropping singles, right?
It's pretty nuts,
neat?
Right?
Yeah, that's wild. So, anyways, I can't wait to hear it. And thanks for taking the time out today.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. We go back a long ways, Nate.
Oh, yeah.
We go back. I used to watch your YouTube tips and tricks videos.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Big James did one or two of those. Yeah.
And I was always like, one day Nate will know who I am.
That's funny. Big James I just realized he had the Big James morning show. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
I think that was like a segment on there or something. So shout out to Big
Band
James
tips.
for the inspiration.
Yeah, I miss that dude.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. Well, someday we'll all get to see each other again out on the road there and stuff. And
it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
yeah. So everybody go to withoutmercyband.com. And peace.
Yeah, come say hey. Thanks for the hang, Nate.
Peace. Oh, yeah. Want to thank DJ. Want to thank Without Mercy. Have y'all noticed I've been getting taller? The first interview, I'm like down here. And then, anyways, figuring this stuff out. Tech guy. Everything. Jack of all trades, master of none. Good times. So this is we're going to do a conspiracy corner in a minute in lieu of memes of the week that we did last week. But another place boing. This is called If. Stuttering Obama remix featuring Trump. This had 6.5 million views. has, and went out on June 29th, 2016. So maybe I didn't mention that before. We are going chronologically up until his new stuff, and then I'll stop playing them.
If we fall for, you know, a bunch of bing bing bong 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 sounds provocative, tweets funny, sounds provocative, tweets funny, sounds provocative, tweets funny, sounds provocative, tweets funny, sounds provocative, tweets funny,
Bing, bing. No, she's got this goofy friend, Mike Cheese. She's a basket case. Donald Trump. Oh, boy. Goofus.
How can you not laugh at that shit, eh? All right, so now it's time for...
Nate's Conspiracy Corner.
Speaking of Big James. All right. So they saw this UFO last week in New Jersey. Check out this video.
Mira, he tenido que parar aquí en la, ¿cómo se llama? En la pista, en la carretera, de la 21. Hay un ovni.
Look, the whole street is fucking stopped. There's a fucking flying spaceship. Yo, look at that. Look, everybody in the highway right now. I don't know, bro. Okay, mandame un aparato. Espera, ni idea. A mí no se mueve de ahí.
Yeah, bro, everybody's stopping and looking, stopping their cars and literally to record this shit.
Hilarious, right? So, yeah, I saw that, and all week I was like, oh man, that's crazy. There was a fucking UFO in the middle of the day, and then, yeah, all y'all in the chat are right. It was the goddamn Goodyear blimp. Has been confirmed. It was the Goodyear blimp. I guess people forgot that thing exists. Okay, I think I have one more placeboing here. Or placeboing.
We had so many negative ads that I couldn't even watch. We had ad after 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 ad then he got his trophy. I said, this can only happen to me. This can only happen to me.
I've been treated so unfairly, it's unbelievable.
Poor Trump. Poor Trump is treated so unfairly. And yeah, season 1 might go on forever. There might be 10,000 episodes of it. So I'm going to play a couple commercials here, and then I'm going to roll some credits. So thanks a lot, everybody. Follow, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, all that crazy stuff. Thanks.
And thank you for trying to bring back that spirit. It's going to take lots of people pulling together to do it.
This is going to be awesome. Why does it taste like that?
We've never seen anything like that. You mean a Drag King?
Whatever disease you get from putting your ass to toilet seat, that guy's out there.
Your roof is an important part of keeping you and your family safe. No Pain Roofing guarantees no pains when it comes to repairing, replacing, and installing your roofing materials. We make exterior renovations painless. Visit nopainroofing.ca for more information.